All right, yeah. So, perceiving the scene ahead, our anti-heroes have just come through the tree line. I've seen the iron reinforced wagon up ahead of them. Crouched on the roof is a gnome with a set of goggles, holding what appears to be a small crossbow. On the flip side, kind of crouched behind the raised up middle section, appears to be a woman who has got kind of like spiraled cloth wrapped around her arms, has big shoulder pads, and is wearing kind of a purplish dress. Over to the right is a dark-skinned individual wielding two weapons. He has a black hood and what appears to be some very tight-fitting black studded leather. Directly north of them on the west side is a huge female half-orc with a tower shield and a sword, and standing at the back of the wagon in full plate, carrying a huge big two-handed sword that is literally flaming. There's like flames flowing up and down the blade, is their old friend Marcus Midgard. Alright, yes, so he stepped out. You notice that Marcus, as I said, he has a huge scar that runs from here all the way across his face with stitch marks, almost like he's been somehow put back together again in a very rudimentary fashion. He has a very guttural growl to his voice when he speaks, and he seems to be somewhat darker than you remember him before. Before, he had a sort of sarcastic charm to him. While he still tends to have a bit of a sense of humor, that charm seems all but gone, and what's left is just a much more unpleasant, negative vibe that comes off this dude. Alright. So, yeah. After he basically just reminded Tolgar of how unhappy he was that Tolgar ripped his arms off last time they met. And then he said something about Lilith's not here, what a shame, never mind. Didn't need that bitch anyway. Okay, so yeah. Now, as this is happening, literally you've seen everybody else has gotten, like the half-orc has planted the shield in the ground and is crouched down behind it with her head just peering over top. The guy with the studded leather and the two weapons is kind of crouched down low, almost in a cat poise. The little gnome has got his crossbow, and he's peering down the nose of it with his goggles. And the woman with the wrappings on her arms, as I said, she's kind of crouched and poised using the raised middle section of the reinforced coach as a wall. What do you guys want to do? Joe Cohen, thank you for the resub, buddy. Much appreciate it. 38 months for you. Take your pants off. Hit the hype.
Thanks, Joe. Okay, so what was the very last thing you said again?
I really don't remember. I don't remember the exact last words. I think it was something along the lines of...
one of the last things he said was, who are these guys? I hope they're, because Thelonious and Kyla don't have bounties and he doesn't know them.
Yeah,
right?
he didn't, I don't think he recognized, he definitely doesn't know them.
I remember he definitely said something like, who are these boys?
It's been weeks, okay? I don't remember.
The last thing you said was you said something like, rah, rah, like that. I don't remember the words, but that's the noise you made.
He was very guttural, yeah. Usually I actually have time to watch the end of the last show, but literally tonight I came in from work, I changed clothes, and I walked back here and sat down. Okay. And then with fighting with the bot not working, I hadn't had a chance to do that. But you get the rough idea.
Yes.
All right, okay.
I think he said it's okay. You're all free to go.
Is that what he said?
Kyla, no sudden movements. Tolgar, no jokes that could set them off.
Can I ask them a question?
Is it the question you just asked? That?
Yes.
I don't think that'll be the right thing to say to someone you killed.
What?
I don't remember him too much. He was just another guy I killed, I guess.
Oh. Yeah, don't say that to him. Hi, Marcus. Nice to see you again.
He just looks at you and squints, and then he says, "Well, it will be nice."
Well, before we move on with what I assume is about to transpire here, can we at least talk a little bit? Maybe come to like the same page on an ancient tomb kind of thing, you know?
Well, it depends what you want to talk about. I appreciate you leaving my quarry in the field.
Yes. Well, that is one of the things I want to mention to you. Good work on the escaped criminal that you completely eviscerated.
Yes, the bounty on his head from the city of Iridian was dead or alive. They struggle so much less when they're dead.
And the quarry that was the town's guards that were obviously not...
Unfortunate incident. But you know how it is. Sometimes there are collateral damages.
Never.
So you are aware that that is illegal as well.
I'm a bounty hunter. I hunt down criminals. I have a full understanding of the law.
And you do realize that the crimes that you are pursuing, my friend Tolgar and me, are kind of moot at this point for various reasons that I can mention.
They're not moot at all. The bounty still stands. You're still alive.
But not to the people who originally put the bounty on us. They were deemed corrupt and are now dead.
Unfortunately, the new governing order of the city of Corthan cares more deeply about apprehension of criminal elements.
Right, and
of course, as soon as I bring you before them and demonstrate that you are still alive and point out the previous bounties and explain to them the difficulties in apprehending you, I'm sure the bounty will be significantly larger than it was before.
And you are just going to ignore the fact that you broke the law in a more serious way?
Well, first of all, it was a wolf that killed those dogs of guards. Clearly it wasn't me. And you could argue the point, but quite honestly, I don't think anybody's going to believe you. Secondly, it wouldn't be the first time that I've had to kill lawmen in order to gather a bounty. And thirdly, I have never myself confessed to be completely above the law and unwilling to break certain laws where is necessary.
I see. So you're a hypocrite as well as a bounty hunter.
Oh, not at all. I never confessed to not break the law. I merely bring in and punish those that do.
You bring us back to Iridian, and obviously the first thing we will do is convince them that you are a worse offending criminal than what we were originally on the run from.
And you may attempt to do this. I seriously doubt you will have any success.
I see. And you don't care that we are citizens in good standing of this town, recently deputized by the local lawmen?
Absolutely not. No, a few good deeds does not involve and eviscerate a lifetime of wickedness. The crimes that you are originally convicted of were far more heinous.
So, my big friend here punched a nobleman's son, a nobleman who has been deemed
You're
corrupt.
arguing semantics. I do not care about the legalities of whether you did or did not commit the crime. That's not what my job is. I am not the jury. I am merely the man that needs to bring you before justice. You can deal with the judiciaries and argue your case with them.
And you don't care about larger bounties that probably would reap better rewards.
Absolutely I do. It just so happens that you two are right here in front of me by mere coincidence. It would behoove me to not claim such an easy bounty.
So you don't care about DeWint, who is on the run?
No.
Who is on the run from Iridian?
There is no bounty that I know of on poor Thandewint's head.
Well, messengers are slow. I mean, it had to go from Corthan to...
Trust me, if a ample bounty becomes available, I'll regain my interest in the individual. Until then, he is of no significance to me. I'll just point out that if your discussion here was to buy yourselves time, it really doesn't matter. We have already discussed our game plan and have it all well in hand. We have had it in hand before you left the church, in fact.
And what of my other associates who do not have bounties on them?
Oh, well, they're absolutely free to walk away. I will point out, if at any point either of you try to get involved, we will concentrate all fire on you and kill you before we continue to deal with them. Especially you, Mr. What did they call you? Thelonious? Yes, that was his name. This is the wizard I spoke of. Remember, you kill Emlyn Sin first, then him if he gets involved. You leave Tolgar till last. He will be harder to kill than the others. It will be a waste of your energies. Kill the casters first.
Quick question. Why him first before me?
Because he has a bounty on his head, and at this point, you do not.
Okay, just wanted to clear that out.
You arrogant son of a bitch.
You know who I am. I must admit I'm a bit flattered by that.
Oh, I merely inquired to who their companions were, and your names were floated around.
Another question. What is the bounty amount on both of their heads?
Well, previously, before they were deemed to be dead, it was several thousand gold crowns apiece, dead or alive. They are presumed dead at this point, so those bounties technically don't exist, but once they're taken back into custody and shown that they are dead, I'm sure that those bounties will be reinstated and additional expenses paid due to the difficulty in tracking them down.
How did you come back to life?
It's really not relevant, is it?
Well,
It's very relevant.
Maybe those that brought you back are not aware of your, darker...
Oh, believe me, they are
methods.
very aware. But this is of absolutely no relevance. Now, it's really this simple. Thelonious and you red-headed girl, you can turn around and walk away right now if you wish. As I've said, do not get involved. If you do, we will stop dealing with the criminals and kill you out of vengeance and just pure spite and malice. Tolgar and Emlyn, if you'd like to lay face down on the ground and make this easy for yourselves, we'll just apprehend you now, bring you into custody, and take you back to Corthan. Of course, I know you're not going to do that, are you? It's not within your very nature, which is why we have had to take previous precautions and get things in hand.
So I'm going to actually turn to the rest of the party that Midgard brought, and I'm just going to say, is this acceptable to you, this charade? We are technically dead. There is no bounty on us. This is purely a revenge quest from a sadistic bastard. Nothing, huh?
Well, I think he was talking to you, Gore.
Yeah, well, no, I'm talking to the other people in Midgard's
Oh,
party.
I thought you were talking to the other people in your group.
That's what
No, I was talking to people. I was talking to the half-orc, the gnome, the ninja, the person, the spellcaster.
Okay. The only one that answers is the gnome, who says, "Oh, we have absolutely no interest in vengeance whatsoever. After all, we weren't there. However, we do have a great interest in large quantities of gold."
And you are also aware, little one, that's what transpired to the previous party that Marcus Midgard hired.
Yes, that's why he specifically assembled this particular band of individuals. Oh, I'm Torval, by the way. You may or may not ever hear it again after today. Depends on how stupid you are.
I'm
So-
personally hoping to never hear it again, as you might be dead.
So let me, Emily, are you saying that there is not a bounty on your heads? That it is old news?
Technically, yes. Well, I mean, we are dead.
Right, so the two on the furthest outside have kind of slowly sidestepped, no more than about 5 or 6 feet, but they've spread out just a fraction.
Excuse me, I'm gonna talk to the guy who has been talking to us the whole time. Do you have some sort of a paper or contract to show that that there is a bounty on the head? Because they're saying that there is not.
No, I don't. But it really doesn't matter. You can choose to involve yourself in this situation, or you can walk away. Those really are your two choices.
Yes. How about we involve the town and the local authorities?
How about you make a movement to try and do either of those things?
Well,
How far are we from town? Right now?
You're all the way down south, kind of between the church and the what was the where the bazaar and the festival was, and then the town is like way up above you.
Oh, is this where we ran into those guys last time?
yeah.
Gravedigger or whatever.
This literally is
The
the same,
Reeve.
kind of close to where you met the fake Reeve and all that before.
Just on the opposite end of it.
Okay.
Yep. He says, well,
Also-
I must press for a decision. Do you two wish to die here? Understand. What is your names? Thelonious and the red-headed girl. As we have no monetary reason to keep you alive, you will die if this thing is something you choose to get involved in. We'd rather take Emlyn and Tolgar alive, but to be honest, as difficult as it will be to apprehend Tolgar in one piece, we're probably just going to have to kill them.
There really isn't any other way around this. Nothing we could do, talk about, come to a decision.
No, we have already come to a decision, me and my 4 friends. It's already predetermined. The only question is whether or not you two get out of this whole thing without dying, or whether Tolga and Emlyn are going to come peaceably.
Peaceably.
Just add it pieces because the arms came off.
Yeah, that's what I
It's
was
just kind of a
laughing
hard decision to make. I'm shooting the one on top here, the wizard, and then the leader there. Yeah.
Okay, so you actually want to go ahead and make a move?
Yeah.
Alrighty.
Yes.
Okay, bearing in mind, as I pointed out, this guy with the crossbow already has it trained.
It's okay. I have the
So-
alert feed. I can't be surprised.
I know that, I'm just pointing that out. Because it may not necessarily be you that you kill here.
Okay.
Alright, okay. Then I guess if that's what you got, if you want to do, they're not going to be surprised either because they can see everybody. So you're going to all have to make initiative rolls then.
Why?
And, let me do that after the fact.
Hey.
Hey.
Why did Lilith
hey.
Edenwood roll?
Yeah.
Oh, because I accidentally have it on Lilith Edenwood instead of Emlyn Sand.
Okay.
So-
Satch
but it is
23.
that is my hit dice. I mean, that's my initiative.
Okay, so that's yours. Alright, Tolgar,
Yeah, I rolled on my sheet, so
22. Emlyn on a 14. And Snugs on a 6.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like that.
No, me neither.
Um,
But I haven't attacked anybody. I'm free to go, essentially, so...
in theory, it depends if you can
They
walk
wanna-
away and as soon as everything kicks off, what happens is gonna happen. So I think I think basically any decisions were just made.
Yeah.
So
Oops.
let me go ahead and do this because this is going to be appropriate. Whew, okay. All right. Okay, I gotta make some GM rolls. See here. All right. First roll. Okay, because I gotta track where these are.
Or Dan.
Ooh.
I have this other character concept. It's great.
Kyla's twin sister? Cool.
Yeah, Dyla. The D is for two.
And one
Be
more.
confused with Tryla, her sister, who's not actually related to Kyla, but like, you know.
How about Laquia?
All right. Okay.
What?
Whew, let's have fun. All right, Satch. So, Kyla, you get to go first. So, what are you casting?
I'm
what are you
not.
doing?
I'm shooting. I'm gonna shoot the person
at this
in robes
one,
hiding
the
back
one-
there. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
And since I beat her in initiative, I still get the advantage on that, which is kind of rad.
You do.
Yes. Which means I can still apply sneak attack damage. I have 2 attacks, so I'm going to put 1 in here, and here it goes. This has advantage. Thank goodness. Okay. Ooh. I depend on advantage to make hits.
All right.
God.
That's not a hit.
So then, shooting
Wait,
again.
on this person?
That is not a hit.
no.
No.
Oh no.
Second shot.
Who was the second shot going at?
Same target. I was
Okay.
going to use my other feat, the Horde Breaker thing, to shoot
Okay.
the third arrow. Oh, that's normally.
That's 20.
Yeah.
33.
That's,
Okay, hold on a second.
Yeah.
20? Yeah?
Hold on.
For an additional
Nice.
0 damage, because it didn't roll
Hold on.
crit damage. So.
Yeah, you gotta fix that in the sheet, man.
Yeah, I don't know how that works. You're gonna have to help.
In the while Gore figures that out, in the weapon tab, it says crit damage on the right. You just put in the weapon value of the weapon.
So it's 8, right?
It's a 1d8 if that's what it is.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. I fixed it.
Okay.
I'm gonna put
Okay. So, here's the problem. So technically, you have disadvantage on her. So your advantage roll would be. Let's see.
Regular?
No. Because I was thinking that worked differently, but I'm. Yeah. Let's see. All right. Seeing as I should have said that prior to you rolling it, so I'm going to just say that that still hits. So,
Yep.
So how much damage did it actually do?
There's that, and then it didn't do the 1d8 for the crit.
Okay,
there.
so roll me a d8.
and
is there
then
sneak attack on that too?
damage. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is doubled, right? Everything's doubled.
Is it?
All the dice rolls are doubled. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So then that's another 4d6. Yeah, it's another 4d6.
Yes.
Which those are great.
All right.
And then I have Horde Breaker, so if he's within 5 feet, which I think he is.
let's...
I can shoot him as well.
No, he's not.
Looking, yeah, he's at 10. Okay.
All right, so that's a total of, what are we looking at, 27?
Still pretty good.
Yeah.
All right, okay. Tolgar, I think you're next.
Yeah, sure.
What do you want to do?
This guy is closest to me here on the left.
Yep, he is...
Stop making those noises.
I'm just nervous.
Is
Yeah.
right
Generally
at 30
nervous.
feet.
Yeah, so I'm gonna come around right here and rage.
Okay.
And
So use your movement to get to the half-orc and enrage.
do my attacks.
All right, go for it.
Going for it. Okay.
That's not a hit.
Oh no.
That's not a hit.
Oh shoot. Okay.
Plate mail and a tower shield. That's a lot of armor.
That's all.
All right. Okay, yeah, so the first one she kind of ducks below. The second one she just brings the tower shield up. And then grins a toothy grin at you, and she kind of looks at you and she says, "He said this would be fun." Okay. The gnome is next. All right. Emlyn.
Yeah. Yeah.
As the crossbow bolt flies through the
Yeah,
air.
well, that obviously hits me.
All right. Constitution save, please. DC 17. You only take 1 point of damage.
God.
Yay.
Uh-huh.
What's the DC again?
17.
17.
Alrighty. Yep, the little bolt just kind of goes and just barely nicks your arm, leaving little to no damage. It barely rips through the cloth. Okay. He grins inanely as he does so, and then seems rather disappointed when nothing else seems to happen. All right, Elendria. A huge ball of fire erupts into her hand. As she hurls a fireball directly at you guys.
Counter
right.
spell. Please.
You can do that. All right. Hold on a
Go
second.
Melodious!
I know how to wizard things! Yay!
Oh, also,
All right.
Wizards!
would she have to make a 27? Like, she took 27 damage. Would she have to make a save to be able to cast?
No, that's 3.5 you're thinking of. This is
Oh, dang.
5e.
5e.
If she
Oh,
had
that's
a
right.
concentration spell, she may have lost it.
Okay.
Dang.
Dang.
Dang, freaking 5e. Huh?
Dang.
Hold on. Okay. All right then. So you wish to try to counterspell that, do you?
I do.
I would.
Uh-huh.
All right. Attempt to interrupt a creature in the process of casting a spell. If the creature is casting a spell of 3rd level or lower, it fails and has no effect. If it is casting a spell of 4th level or higher, make an ability check against the spell casting ability. The DC equals 10 plus the spell level. On a success, the creature spell fails and has no effect. When you cast a spell using a spell slot of 4th level or higher, the interrupt has no effect. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, so let's see, 3rd. That's going to be at that. So, ability check using your spellcasting ability. So, Thelonious, yours is... so, you're going to be making a... intelligence
Okay.
is what you're going to be using. Ability check, so it's intelligence versus her charisma.
So is it a save throw, essentially, or...?
Basically, yeah. So, it's... You're the one doing the attempt to interrupt, right?
Yes.
So it's a basically make an ability check using your spellcast ability. So you're making an intelligence check. So you're going to be using intelligence plus whatever bonus you have for intelligence.
Okay.
So if you, what do you got, +4?
3.
Okay, so you're doing D20 +3, and you are trying to beat a 14.
Okay. D20 plus 3 coming up.
Yes! All right, okay. As the ball of flame goes up in the air, Xerneas Conch! And you manage to dispel that, which is a cool move and a sensible move. That casting time is 1 reaction, so that's your reaction for the turn, so that's okay. Nice, well done. All right.
Nice.
Midgard is next.
Spread out, guys.
So I'm
Right.
dead.
Midgard vanishes into thin air.
Oh, no.
Like, there's no puff of smoke. He just suddenly isn't there anymore. And then we have Salazar.
Slytherin.
Salazar. You say
This
salad
guy
bar?
is running and disappears into these tree lines here. All right. Snugs, you are next.
Great.
Oh, no, you're not.
I'm-
Emlyn's next. Sorry.
Oh, can we do that every time?
No, Emlyn's first.
So
Actually, Emlyn, you are actually before he is, so I'm gonna retcon him back for here for right now.
I wasn't going to do anything to him. I'm going to do something to either the fireball chick or the guy who almost made me die by a bolt.
Okay.
I'm going to cast Blight on this little gnome bastard.
Okay.
Make him feel a little queasy.
Alrighty.
Nice
DC
one.
17 con.
But he's a little boy, so it might not work.
Doing great.
Nice.
You can't see it coming with those shades on. It'll be his undoing.
All right. He needs to make a 17 or higher, which he
Oh,
does.
you son of a...
Necromant energy washes over the creature, so basically
It's,
the target
it's
takes
23.
8d8, so half of that is 23 for Torgal. Okay.
And I, seeing what Thelonious said is split with the fireball, I'm going to run this way
All right.
and get behind this tree.
Okay.
Where Marcus probably is invisible.
All right.
Like-
This dude then is going to act and do what he was going to do. And Thelonious, you are next, sir.
All right. The first thing I'm going to do is shoot a fireball right in here.
Okay. Guess what?
Yep. I
You're
figured.
also getting a counter spell thrown at you.
Yeah. I figured. It's okay.
Um,
I knew it was coming. It would have been a level 4. I would have upped it for
Yeah,
sure.
that's basically exactly what she did. So it's a 14. All right.
Okay. So do I roll anything yet, or do I?
No,
wait to see?
she has
Okay.
to roll. Basically, she's got to beat a 14.
Gotcha.
Uh-oh.
Oh,
Yep. So you're counterspelled.
Okay, that's fair. That's
What's
fair.
good
Okay,
for the
so
goose,
then,
right? So yeah,
Yeah.
it's like 30 Scotch counterspell. She's like, it's like a wizard battle going on here between these two, burning
I don't
those
like
spells.
Okay. I'm
Counterspell's a 3rd level spell, so
Yeah.
but you know.
I don't want to move closer to this dude. So I'm going to move 30. Let's see. Feet just straight back. As
Okay.
let me actually.
All right.
you took my move.
Yeah, that's almost exactly what I would have done.
Okay.
Okay.
Holgar, you have a half orc to deal with.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just two big guys trying to kill each other over here.
So that's.
All it is.
I like the sound of that.
Oh, what was that? Oh, hang on. No, there. She's hitting you, Tolgar. You already had a turn.
Sorry. Ignore that.
You
That was
don't
my
get to
turn
hit
again.
her on her go as well. That's not how that
That.
works.
I should be able
Well,
to.
barbarians
Yeah,
are
what?
overpowered, you know?
All right.
Yay!
Yeah, just keep doing that.
Yay!
Yeah, 2 bad rolls. All right. Yep.
That's gonna be a literal slap fight for the entire
It's like a
fight.
really slow
Hiding behind her tower shield. She's like. All right. That's all of them. So Kyla, you're up. Oh, I forgot to do. Oh well, too late. My bad. Go ahead.
Oh, okay. That's not unsettling at all.
I meant to move somebody, but I didn't, so it doesn't. I'm not moving him now. I'm not going to retcon it.
Okay.
Too bad. He made a bad decision.
Yeah. Let me check and make sure what I'm doing here. Actually, I'm going to do that. I'm going to cast my second level ranger spell for the day. It's the only one I have.
Okay.
And it's silence. It creates a 40-foot diameter zone of no verbal components.
Yep.
And I'm just gonna be dropping that right on top of the basically on top of their wagon
I
there.
had a feeling you might. Do you have it to populate for chat?
I sure do. Here goes. As soon as I remember how to cast spells. So yeah, you press the button that says cast spell.
40-foot diameter, which is a 20-foot radius. So
Yep.
Yeah,
Just
so
everything
20.
in there.
So if you dump it here in the middle, 20 foot in every direction from there.
Yep.
So I'm just going to kind of get a visual view. All right, okay, cool. All right, stop.
And then I'm going to back a lot up because
With Polonius?
there's no reason. Yeah, probably right alongside Polonius, honestly.
All
I
right.
know we're supposed to be spreading out, but that just doesn't seem like the best thing. That doesn't seem like the best thing for me. So I'd cut between those bushes and move back, yeah.
All right, okay, Telgar.
Okay, now I'm swinging with my gigantic.
Now you're going to try.
Axe.
Trying to get through a wall of steel that is a tower shield.
Half orc, yeah, trying to find.
Watch him
like,
actually do it!
That hits! There you
Second
go,
turn.
nice.
And that's a brutal critical too. That's
Yes!
the damage!
Oh, the
Oh
damage.
man, look at that damage.
Natural 20!
All right, that's a way to wake him up. Alrighty,
lady.
yes, solid blow.
You are a lady.
Okay, yeah, so 37 points
hits,
of
light hits.
damage. All right, yep, you're able to bulldoze with might and vigor. Manage to smash the
I
shield
did it
aside and
again.
get through to do 37 points of damage. And that is just a hit as well. For an additional 15.
Okay.
Alrighty. Okay, the half-orc grimaces in pain.
Okay.
Falls over dead.
Alrighty.
right, because a half orc fighter is only at like 40 health. Yeah.
Oh, trust me. Yeah, there's still plenty of hit points to worry about. Don't you fret yourselves.
Yeah.
All right, Tolval, he is here. Okay. Why can't I click on him? All right. What is the range? All right. Yep. Okay. He is going to shoot at Thelonious Conch this time. We'll hit a 16. What's your AC?
My AC, even if I did the thing I wanted to do, would still be a 16. So
So
it's
you're
still
hit.
hit me.
All right. Okay. So it only hurts for 2. DC 17 Constitution save, sir.
Oh, baby.
Oh
Come on,
boy.
Polonius.
Constitution
What's
save.
your constitution?
Great. Ready to see how good it is?
Not good enough. You see poor old Thelonious go, and he passes out on the ground in front of you.
No.
That's not good. That's the opposite of good. That's bad.
Let's see, what's a good...
Just put an X over him so we know he's dead.
There, that'll work. We'll put a little timer on him. Right size, thanks for the reset, buddy. 3 months for you, much love. Take your pants off, hit the height. All right. Okay.
As he's passing out, just
Alright, Elendria. She is going to drop down off of the other side and maneuver over to here and get round this side. That is going to be her entire action. Because getting down from the thing, she's not going to leap down and risk injury, so she's going to climb down and then move around, so that's all she's going to do. Alright, so here's the thing. Tolgar. And how the hell... So he has... hang on. How does that work? Let me double check that to make sure. Yeah, thought so. Okay. And I gotta do this with advantage, so let me make this right. I'll type the macro up, then I'll make sure I get it.
Let's build up after you said my name.
Alright, okay. That's a miss. Damn, I'm rolling terrible tonight, which is good for you guys.
Ooh.
That is definitely not a miss. And that is a miss. Alright, well, something is hitting you from behind, Tolgar.
Okay.
Okay, for 27 points of damage. So basically, that is 21 point of slashing and 6 points of fire damage.
Oh.
All right, and now it is Emlyn.
There's something I want to do, but it could fail so epically.
Do it.
Epic fails are almost as good as epic successes, right?
So this gnome is perched on this carriage thing, right?
Yes.
He's on the edge, correct?
I mean, he's
Is it
got
a
plenty of.
slopes?
It's very, very narrowly sloped, and then there's like a raised section in this intersection. For him, I mean, he's very comfortably up there. It's not like he's teeter-tottering on the edge.
Oh, this is gonna backfire. I just feel it in my bones, but I gotta do it because it's just something Emma would totally do. I'm gonna cast telekinesis.
Okay.
And I'm gonna cast it on the objects. The Iron Maiden.
On the coach? Okay.
I want to try to tilt it to topple it over the direction the gnome is facing.
Alright, it fails.
So it weighs obviously more than 1,000 pounds.
Well, think about
just,
it. Tolgar
just to
probably
tilt it though.
Yeah,
like,
but it's a whole carriage and it is iron plated. Tolgar probably weighs 300 plus pounds. Put that into perspective. Yeah,
but just to get it off, it's like lift it up its haunches.
Yeah, you're not going to move it. 1,000 pounds isn't going to come close to moving this thing. I'm afraid.
I figured it's
a good concept, and if it was if it wasn't iron plated and covered in metal bars, might have worked. But that's not going to move that damn thing.
Yeah.
But it was not a terrible idea. Okay.
No.
Salazar.
Sorry, guys.
Yeah. That sucks.
And it's a total of... Right there. Okay. Okay, so Kyla, this dude literally has just come sprinting out of the tree using a dash movement. He is covering as much distance as he can. And he will get just to you into melee range, but he doesn't have an attack available, so he can't do anything. All right. And let me fix this. Alrighty. And Tolgar. That's a hit. And that's a hit. Alright, your half-orc is going to work. Might as well do the whole thing. For a grand total of both hits for a total of 29. So, of course, it's all just slashing damage, so you're enraged, so you're only going to eat 15 of that. Alright. Okay, Snugs, you may make another Constitution check.
Sure.
On your turn. 17 or higher. Can he get back in the game? Can he get back in the game? Afraid not.
Oh, man.
He's still out. Okay.
Inspiration, please. We need you, buddy.
I'm not making that save, man.
He doesn't want to. He doesn't want to waste the inspiration
There's
point.
just no way, dude. It's
All right,
It's
Kyla,
not a waste if we don't all die.
You've got a dude with 2 long knives in your face.
Yeah, no, Zephyr Strike, please.
Yay.
I'm leaving.
Zephyr Strike, please. All right, as a bonus action, your movement doesn't provoke attacks of opportunity. Before the spell ends, you can give yourself advantage on one attack roll. The attack deals an extra 1d8 force damage. Hit or miss, your walking speed increased by 30 until the end of that turn. Okay, where are you fleeing to?
I'm gonna flee in a direction that's kind of away from here.
I mean, are you going to run?
Oh man, it's
where do you want to go?
It's hard to say because I don't want to be in any range of that guy.
I mean, if you want to run directly south, you can.
Yeah, there's just no map there.
No, but you can. I mean, we'll know that that's where you are. It's just open field.
So I can move 60 feet walking. Mitchie can close in another dash, I guess, but that's okay. If I do the attack mid-walk, which I'm going to have to. Okay, so I'm fleeing kind of, I guess I'll use the measuring tool to point it, but like that way-ish.
Okay.
I'm willing to bet that he's not going to bother with a sleeping old man. If I'm up shooting arrows at him. That's all I can do. It's more of a what I can do versus what I'm willing to do.
Okay.
So I'm fleeing over in this direction, and I'm kind of cutting backwards, and I'm going to go ahead and shoot at him. I'm going to be using the advantage on that as well.
All right. What you did? Did you roll a 20, Satch?
I did, yeah.
Who rolled it first? You or was it you or Tolga that
it was
rolled it first?
me before, because it was the attack.
It was you,
Satch.
wasn't it? That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure was.
So there you go. If you bet on Satch, those are the people that won gold. Okay.
There you go, Neo. You got 50 gold pieces.
Okay, so... Alright, so you're dashing up, you're going to move up to there, and then I'm taking it, you're going to stop and
60
shoot.
feet that way, and yeah, I'm going to be shooting at him.
Alright.
That with the extra 1d8 force damage, and it's with advantage technically because of the thing, so I can put the sneak attack damage on there too, which is weird to me. But okay, 5e, let's roll with it. Doesn't show the other roll.
21 is a hit.
Okay, so there's that, and it, yeah, with the extra damage, 1d8 force, and 1d8 plus 2d6. Getting that as well.
Alright, so a total of 26.
And I'm like 60 feet away from him.
Yep, okay. Alrighty. It
Sorry.
is Togar.
Hey, whole guy here. Yeah, I can't see what's hitting behind me.
Nope,
I just know
you
there's something
cannot.
there. So I continue to attack.
I mean, you know that there's something there. It's big, it's clanky, and it burns when it bites. But that's about it.
Yeah, I will just have to continue to attack what's in front of me. Oh god. Oh god.
And you missed twice. I'm
maybe
afraid
not.
that's not
a 2
good.
and a 3. A 2
That's
and a
terrible.
3 I rolled.
Oh.
Okay, his movement,
quit.
this dude is going to hop over the other side of this to get himself some cover. And he is going to hold his action. So he is holding his action. That's what he is doing at this point. All right. She is going to move to here. And she is going to hold her action.
It's also scary.
All right.
Oof.
What's your AC, Togar?
18.
And you hit 3 times. All right, that's... For a total of
Back.
70 points of damage. So that is...
High rolls.
Let's see. 30, 39, 45, 50 points of normal damage, and 20 points of fire damage. And this dude. Okay. He does not pursue Kyla at all. He runs straight over to Thelonious Conch.
No.
And he says, kind of grinning at you, he said, "We told you we will kill you." And he pulls a vial out from his thing and he tips it into Thelonious's throat. That's what he does. After that, he just kind of like rolls him over and puts a knee down on him and crouches with both daggers. And looks at you and he says, "Drop the bow or I'll kill him." And that's what he is doing. Let's see. We have... Snugs. Con save. 17.
Okie doke.
This is a good one to make if you're going to make one.
Use it or I hate you.
Oh my god, fine, I'm using my inspiration on this.
Alrighty. Okay. Inspiration point being used. So you can have advantage on this roll. Let's go ahead. Hold on. Well, let me get rid of it. Keep
Okay.
things in order. It's getting scary. Hold on. Where's the inspiration points? All right. Okay. So yes, you have advantage on this. So you get to make this twice.
Okay, I'm rolling with the advantage input value.
Yes, you passed. Okay.
It was the first one.
Okay.
Of course it was.
Don't you feel bad for using that?
Yeah. All
very
right. Okay.
necessary.
So basically, you come round like vaguely. You have the heavy weight of a man like on your back. There is a liquid in your mouth. It's got a foul, bitter taste. What do you want to do?
I mean, I'm pretty thirsty, so I think I'm just gonna obviously spit that out of my mouth.
Okay, so you're gonna spit the vile, foul liquid out of your mouth. Okay.
Yeah.
If you wanna try to like get this guy off of you, it's gonna be a grapple check.
Can I
Because he's
cast
like-
a spell?
Depends on what spell. You're kind of face down with this guy on your back, so
Yeah, I want to cast Misty Step because that's a teleport spell.
What are the requirements? Verbal, somatic, material.
Let me see.
Verbal, I would say you can do. if
Really,
it
I can't move my hands if he's on top of me.
well, whether or
You let
not
me
you
know.
can move
Here-
your
here
hands
it is.
adequately is the question. What does it
Here-
require?
It's there. I threw it up for you.
It's verbal.
Verbal. So you don't have to worry. Only requires verbal.
Cool.
So as long as
Yeah.
you can speak, which now you've spat crap out, you absolutely can.
Yeah.
You can do a 30 feet teleport.
Yep, and I'm gonna do that over here.
All right, as he's about to, he's looking at Kyla with a grimace on his face, and suddenly he's like, as his knees drops to the floor, and he's like, "What the?" All right.
Now that is a bonus action, so I still technically have.
Well, I mean, first of all, you came round, right? Spitting isn't going to cost you an action.
Okay.
Teleporting over there, but because you weren't standing up when you teleported.
Yeah.
You're probably still on the ground.
Okay. Can I not cast a spell on the ground?
Again, it's going to depend on the spell.
All right. I want to cast. I want to cast web on that guy, on his feet to try to keep him there. Because I know he's not been hit.
Okay.
shot him.
So what does Web have?
Let me find it.
Because in theory, you're not supposed to be able to cast spells wide down. And if verbal, you can, but
Could I not stand up? Because I haven't taken a movement.
you
action.
can absolutely stand up with a move action.
Okay, then yes, if that's what it'll.
Yeah, you can do that for sure.
Okay, then I'll stand up and then cast web.
There you go. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just like when you're laying on the ground trying to do all these particular. It's kind of difficult to do stuff properly, right? So.
No problem.
Have you ever wiggled fingers on the ground? It's uncomfortable.
Okay. DC 15 Dex save is required. So you casting it on this dude?
Yeah, just to try to keep him there.
Alrighty. His Dex save is pretty good.
Yeah, I know, but I'm not gonna kill him.
That doesn't mean he'll pass, and he fails. Excellent. So there we go. All right. A 20 feet cube. So counts as difficult terrain. Lightly obscures the area if the webs aren't anchored between two solid masses, or are laid across a floor, wall, or ceiling. The conjuring web collapses on itself, and the spell ends. So, let's see. But I mean, so if you can basically lay it flat on the ground.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Yeah.
doing, because it's 5 feet deep, so he's gonna get stuck in it.
Right, that's right. So each creature that starts its turn to the web basically has to make a dex save. On a failed save, the creature is restrained and can do nothing. Nothing! Excellent. Good deal. Okay, let me go ahead and get a web. Put it in place there. There's a nice looking web.
Yeah.
There you go. Okay. That's him nicely webbed up. Okay.
We gotta get Tolgar to those horses so he can eat.
Alrighty. Okay, Tolgar, you got your orcish friend is waylaying in. That's a hit, and that's a crit.
Damn.
So, for a total of 33 points of damage. All right. Okay. Let's see. I got 2 up here that have held actions. Give it a snap. Nope, he's still going to hold that. Okay, so what is going to happen is this one, you see her basically wave her arms and cast a spell. Well, actually, no, you don't see that because they can't see you because of the colossal tree, so you can't see them either. So you're actually not aware of what they're doing. But let's see. All right, Kyla, you're up.
I'm gonna unmute first. I'm gonna laugh at the guy who's now in the webs.
That's how Kyla
there's,
laughs.
yeah, that is how Kyla laughs. That's exactly it.
You sound like the
Nice.
clown from Happy Gilmore.
And should be mentioned, I'm like way further out than that.
Good shooting, soldier!
How far is that? That's what's my range on a weapon anyway? What's the range on a longbow anyway? It's like 120 or something in it.
Oh, yeah, you were easy within range.
I only really have a clear shot at that guy. The other guy's invisible. Then there's an orc and fighting, and that'd be shooting into melee. So I'm just gonna keep shooting at him.
Okay, you're gonna plug at the dude in the web? Okay.
Yep. So 2 attacks on it. Okay.
That's not gonna hit.
Okay.
And that will.
Oh wow.
For
That
7.
wasn't a good. Those are bad rolls. Those are bad.
4, 7. Alrighty. Okay. Tolgar. How you holding up there, Tolgar?
It's doing so well that I'm just gonna keep on attacking this half orc as if everything is fine.
Yep, that's a miss.
Oh my god. Oh my
Oh.
And
Oh my
that's
God.
also a miss. Tolgar, yeah, that's that's unfortunate.
Oh no.
Okay.
Oh, no.
Oh, Jane, welcome back, though.
Welcome back.
Sorry.
I'm just killing your favorite character is all. Ooh, oh no.
All right, our gnomish friend is going to move to here, and he is going to shoot at Snugs.
Come on.
And that's a hit
Okay.
for 3 points of damage, and you've guessed it, con save.
Come on, Snugs, do that thing you do. That thing you
Come
do all the
on!
time. Oh,
Yes!
he did.
Excellent! Well done, dude. Nice. Shrug it off. You've been infected by it once. You know how it works now. It's not a big
Yeah,
deal.
yeah.
Okay.
I'm expecting it now.
All right. So the gnome then screams, "Directly behind the tree!"
Oh god.
Oh,
And she is going to cast a spell.
Is my turn ever gonna happen?
Yeah. You come after her and Midgard. Did you get missed last turn?
Well, the last thing I did was try to telekinesis the carriage.
So long ago.
I
Then,
feels
yeah.
like-
Apparently you got missed last time. So what were you going to do?
Cry?
Okay. Then that doesn't, nothing changes.
Honestly, I was going to do, because this is before the gnome got there,
Yes.
I was going to do a command on the half-orc and tell it to flee
All right.
with my Staff of Charming.
Okay.
Right.
All right.
Charming.
You get one command creature, you can see within target range. Wisdom saving throw is DC 17. Let's see. All right. And this needs a 17 or higher.
Come on.
This is wise.
oh.
All right, so basically, it will do, I believe.
Is that before
Target
or
spends
after
its turn
my
moving after. It hasn't. I mean, she hasn't acted, but you have. So, but that doesn't necessarily mean anything at this point. The target spends its turn moving away from you by the fastest available means. Gravel. Target falls prone. Ends its turn. So you told it to flee. So basically, it is going to run in this direction. Tolgar, you will get an attack of opportunity.
Alright, I will take it.
And hit her in the back for 16, you coward.
Oh, cool.
Alright, okay. Alright, so now we're going back over to her. Okay, hold on. Now you broke my train of thought there, but...
Oh, I'm sorry, but I wanted to
no,
say
don't do that. I
Polgar.
pushed the wrong button. Okay, sorry, give me a second. Why did I lose that? Hold on. Oh, because I've got the wrong damn thing up. Alright, one sec. No, what's not the right one? I had it just a second ago. That's what I want. Okay. There we go. Okay. Alright, so Kyla, Emlyn, and Thelonious, you need to make dexterity saving throws. DC 17.
I want to make sure that I'm like in the right place because I moved out like 60 feet from him.
Well, then you're further across, so
Yeah.
you can just... Well, see, here's the problem. If you were that far across, this guy could see you as well. I hate maps.
Yeah, I couldn't move that far, so...
Yeah, no, that's fine. No, you would not be within range of this then.
Okay.
So...
Yeah, ouch.
Ouch. Okay.
Oh, so I gotta get to okay.
And Thelonious Conch. Alright, so basically, out of the heavens, hails of massive, basically giant hail just goes and starts erupting and dropping down in that area. And so it is 4. Alright, so Thelonious and Emlyn, you both take 7 points of bludgeoning damage. And 13 points of cold damage. As you are pelted with hailstones from above. So it's a grand total of 20 points apiece.
Got it.
Alright.
Yep.
Okay.
Oof.
I've got to roll a dice roll here. 1 or a 2, it is Emlyn. 3 or a 4, it is Thelonious. So we're going to make this nice and fair.
Poor Matt. No.
Oh.
All right. Sorry, Thelonious. Okay. These are not going to be with that, so... stop. Okay. Thelonious. You hear a... as something burny and hard slams into you on your left side.
Okay.
For a total of 19 points of damage. That's 17 slashing to fire.
Okay.
Emlyn,
Okay.
Yeah.
second one's for you.
Yeah.
And actually, that is not supposed to be with advantage. So ignore that roll completely, and I will roll it separately.
Well, you would still hit me even with that.
Yeah, but I'm giving you the benefit of the doubt. Take it.
Okay.
Gets a crit.
Yeah, watch you crit now, and I'll be rightfully pissed. Oh. Yeah, that's still a hit.
Okay, well, hey, at least I was fair.
I have 14 AC, guys. Like, he has to roll a 1 to not hit me.
Hey, it can happen. All right. 18 points. That's 12 slashing
Yep.
and 6 fire. And then
No.
Thelonious, you're getting the third one.
Who's the one attacking right now?
This is Midgard.
Oh.
The invisible one.
Yeah, he actually thought that the half orc had this because you weren't doing squat to the half orc, so he's broken off and he's going to deal with the casters because they're within range of him now because they kind of come up to where he can get to him in a round. And that's going to be a hit.
Mm-hmm.
For
Yep.
14 points of slashing and 1 fire. Are you down?
I am.
All right, okay. And down goes Thelonious. Okay, Emlyn, it is your go that you would get now.
Well, I'm gonna Eldritch Blast the gnome.
Stupid gnome. All right, and you definitely are going to Eldritch Blast him twice.
Ooh, nice.
For 25 points of damage.
Oh, and he's right on me too, so I'm not gonna move because he's gonna kill me anyway. But I'm just gonna.
If you move, technically he may get an attack of opportunity.
And yeah, that'll probably. I mean, I'm going down no matter what. So. I guess Thelonious went down too. So no, I'm not gonna move. I'm gonna play dumb.
Okay.
If I panic.
Alrighty. Okay. She is going to move to here. And Fireball Tolgar.
Oh God.
Hey, y'all, you don't have anybody in melee with you right now, I'm afraid, so you're suddenly fair game. Alrighty. And it is... That's alright, you can take it.
Yeah, sure, for sure.
Alright. 29 points of fire damage.
Right.
Alrighty. Our dude in the web is going to attempt to break out. And he needs... What was the difficulty on that?
I'll throw it back up here. Make it easy.
On the web. Here it is. Okay, 15.
You got it. Okay.
Yep. Alrighty. And...
Oh.
I'm afraid he's getting out of your web.
Come on.
Dang it.
Let's see. Creature restrained with the web. No longer restrained. Okay, yep. Then he is going to use his range and distance to dash straight over to Kyler again.
Okay. That's his full turn.
That will be his full turn, yep. Snugs is out. What hit points are you on, dude?
0.
Right at 0?
Correct.
Okay. Okie dokie. So, it's not what I want.
Yeah, I had 15 and I got hit for 15, so...
Right, yeah, so you are literally on the zilch.
Mm-hmm.
Right. 1 second. Right, here we go. Ah, stop. Okay, so you're starting your turn on 0 hit points.
Yes.
So yes, you need to make your first death save.
And that's just a straight roll 20, yeah?
Yep, and you want 10 or higher.
Okay. Awesome.
That's a fail. Okay, alright. And... Okay, so your command only works for one turn, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And actually it stipulates that they have to go as fast or as far away as they possibly can, so let me move... I moved her, but let me actually move her the full distance that it would have been. So she would be there.
That's me.
Okay. Alright, okay, so this one is going to turn around and hoof it back in this direction. That's the full turn.
Damn it.
Alright, Kyla, what do you want to do?
So I'm gonna hoof it, cause he's running. I mean, just a little bit faster than me, but like, if I do a full dash action, I can kind of keep up with his pace, and he can't do anything but try and keep up unless he wants to, like, I don't know, tackle me or something,
Basically,
right?
it will take... If you dash and he dashes, it's going to take quite a few rounds until he will actually cover enough distance to be able to get an attack in, for sure.
Okay.
Because
So
he's only outpacing you by a few feet, and if you Zephyr Strike, then...
yeah, he can't hit me when I move out of his range anyway, right?
Yeah, then you can get the hell out of there either way.
So I'm gonna just full on dash for the church.
Okay, alright. So you're going to break off and head in that direction.
Yeah.
Okie dokie. Makes perfect sense to me. Alright, Tolgar.
Alright. I'm facing this way. Okay. Well, how close is this guy?
He will have gotten basically back close enough for you to hit. I mean, you've only got to take a few feet if you want to hit him, but... Of course, if you don't want to hit him, you don't have to.
Is he, like, close enough to me where if I don't hit him, is he in attack of opportunity range?
I would say he probably is not quite, or she is not quite close enough to get an attack of opportunity, because she'd have had to stop, turn around, and sprint back. In all honesty, that would have taken a little bit of time, so he's probably just outside of range. Plus, she doesn't have a weapon that has much range on it, so yeah.
Alright. Cool. I was already headed for this little fellow.
Okay. Poor gnome!
And
Poor gnome!
Skin him.
I'm going to attack twice on him.
Alright. That's a hit. That's a hit.
Nice.
That's 35 points of damage. Oh yeah, there is no gnome.
Yes.
Basically, you flee over there, hack, and you have now made gnomish jam. The gnome has ceased to be. He is dead.
I told you I would never hear your name again.
What was it?
I forgot
it would have been his turn. Now it isn't. Because he's dead. Alright, okay, she is going to run over here and clamber up the side of the cart. Alright, Emlyn. So basically, you can feel the heat coming from a blade somewhere.
Yeah.
The voice says, "You really are worth more alive. Down on the floor, on your knees, and tell that oaf to stop. Do it now, or I'll cut your head clean off." What do you want to do? Make a decision.
I'm gonna get on my knees.
Okay. Alright, so you're going to get down on your knees, and he's like, "Hands behind your back."
Yeah, I'm gonna comply.
Okay, alright. In that case, his turn is going to basically be to manhandle you to the floor and bind your wrists behind your back.
Okay.
So you're restrained but alive. Salazar is going to continue to chase Kyla, trying to catch her before she makes it to the church.
How long will that take?
Full distance. I will give me a second and I'll tell you. Not that long. So from your tree line to the church, probably only another round.
Okay.
At a full flee. Yep.
That's what I'm doing.
Okie dokie. Alright, the half-orc screams, "No!" as you butcher her friend, and she is going to charge over.
Oh, God. No.
And swipe at
those
you.
gnome and orc
Oh, no.
love relationships, you know? Nothing worse than
My
a
best
gnome who
friend.
loses their orc and orc who loses their gnome.
And to teach you a lesson, she's going to teach you twice.
Okay.
For a total of 24. So 12 for you. All right. Snugs, give us another dice roll, dude.
Ah,
Okay.
Come on, man.
Come on.
Why is it not? Oh, there it is.
10 or above, 10 or above, 10 or above, 10 or above. Yes!
Yes.
All right.
All right.
Good job. Okay. We're back in the game. Back in the game. All right,
Well-
Kyla. So you're going to spend this round running to... So you're basically up to the doorway of the church at this point.
Yeah, and I'm hooting and hollering about.
Screaming,
Yeah.
surprise, an alarm! Okay, Tolgar.
Exactly.
did I hear to, like, get on my knees and surrender too? Is that what I heard?
You will have heard that happening over to the side, yeah. The question is, what do you want
You're
to do?
still enraged, right?
I know, but did I see Emlyn get
I'm
on,
behind.
like, surrender?
Well, I mean, you're gonna obviously when you turn around to face the half orc, which I'm assuming you will do, as opposed
Right,
to
I
just
will
standing there.
at least
Nope,
do
I'll
that.
just stay there. Just keep hitting me from the side. Yeah,
Yeah.
you'll basically see Emlyn, like you kind of see him face down and see his hands like wiggling around as rope starts to
Okay.
bond around behind
Okay,
him.
okay. If I see that happen, I immediately, my eyes go really big in anime, and I stop my rage, and I just drop my weapon. And like surrender.
Oh my
also.
God, Tolgar's gonna. Okay.
Emlyn.
I want to do something on my turn as I'm being restrained.
Okay, that's fine.
Okay.
Okay, she is. Basically moving the cart over to here. That's what her action is doing. She's piloting the cart round. And then it is Midgard. So, all he's going to do basically is just put a very heavy plate mailed boot on your back, just to kind of pin you to the
Okay.
floor. Now it's your turn. What do you want to do?
So as that digs into my back, I'm just gonna say, my backpack. There's a potion. It can help my friend. I surrendered. Just use it and do a drought, not more, because it's not worth it. On my friend Thelonious over there, please.
Okay. In response, he says, "We told them if they got involved, they would die. They are worthless to us. Let him rot."
No, it's worth it. Trust me. There is actually a bounty on his head. It's more than mine. Just bring him back, please.
Oh, okay.
I love that.
You're hitting him where it hurts. You're hitting him in the cash flow.
Nice.
So I am gonna say he's not a dumb man by any means, but he is a greedy man. Give me a second. That wasn't what I wanted to do. There we go. Okay. So, yeah, that smells very much like a persuasion roll to me.
Oh. See, chat, this is why you need to give me more inspiration more. I deserve it. Okay.
Can you persuade
should get
Midgard
inspiration
to do that?
Here we go.
Hey!
Yes! You can!
Ooh.
Okay,
Nice.
alright. He's like, if you're lying to me, I may just have to settle for the lesser fee and take you in dead. And you see he grabs at your backpack and just starts rooting through. Do you have any other vials in there?
I have two.
All
One very tiny one that is from the previous campaign, which I never got identified.
So...
And the actual potion.
Okay, so 1, 2, small vial, 3, 4, big vial. Okay, he does pull out the big vial, and he looks at the small one, and he says... He kind of stuffs it in your face, so you see this vial hovering in thin air. He's like,
Yes,
this one!
That's one. Just enough for one. He's really not worth it.
Okay, alright.
One.
Let's see. Okay, so we're gonna be... if you've dropped your weapon, the orc grabs it and, like, hurls it to the side, and then basically just kicks you in the face, like, with a boot. Just puts her boot in your face and shoves you to try to push you to the ground.
Not nice. I surrendered.
Yeah, you did. That's why you're not being cut to pieces.
Be a man.
Okay, so we're gonna change scenes real quick here.
Poor Kyla.
Well, this is the sad thing. Kyla doesn't know what's happening, but it's all fun and games, right? So, let me fix this map real quick for you guys, and we'll get. And I better go and copy myself a dude from that. Where is it? Okay, 1 second. Okay. I've lost it there. Okay, alright, so let's go ahead and move this temporarily over to... I'm not going to bother to split the party. You guys can just see what happens here anyway. Okay, so, yeah, Kyla, so you burst in through the doors of the church.
I'm just running in, and I kind of know where those back rooms kind of are, because we've been here before. I'm basically just going to be running right by all the people in here. I'm just going to be like, there's an assassin after me and everything I'm worth.
Okay, where do you want to run to?
I'm going to be running right past these guys, and I'm just going to see if
so you're heading to the back. Okay, they all kind of like look in surprise and alarm. This dude crashes in through the doorway, and seeing you kind of fleeing past. Okay, he looks at you, or you hear him kind of say, he says, "The red-haired one. She is a criminal. There is a bounty on her head. I am merely trying to claim it. Do not stand in my way."
Oh, right. You're going to believe him. He's never even been here.
Okay, the priestess is like, "We will have no bloodshed in the house of righteous brew. You will not claim this man here today, or this woman here today. She has done great service to us in the past. Take your quarry elsewhere." She says, "If she would ask for sanctuary, we would have no choice but we will have no choice but to protect her in the short term." He's like, "But she is a criminal." "Then you shall take it up with Sergeant Renauld of the City Watch. If
You don't want to talk
Sergeant
to him, do you?
Renauld deems her to be a criminal, he can come here and arrest her himself." And she looks at you and she says, "In the back room, child. There will be no harm come to you this day."
I'm just gonna go ahead and just go in there. Slowly and surely. I might stick a tongue out.
You will regret this, you hear him say as he turns and you hear the door slam. Okay, back to where the fun and games is happening. Okay, get you back up here. I hear extra music. I don't want extra music. There. Alright, okay. Okay, Tulgar, so yeah, the half-orc basically puts her boot in your face and just kind of uses it to, like, push you backwards onto your back. And unless you do anything else, she'll basically hold her sword down to your throat and she sort of spits out some blood from her busted lip and she says, "Don't you move!"
I'm just gonna stare at Emlyn longingly.
Longingly?
Aw.
Okay, Alright, Snugs, you need to give me another dice roll before, for the end of the last round, sorry.
Okay.
20. Oh.
Which is a good roll for you, so you're 2 in, that's good.
Good.
All right.
Okay. Okay. Right, let's see, you're not there. He's not there currently. Okay. So yeah, she has brought the wagon over. And that is all she's gonna do. Okay, Emlyn, you feel a pair of ironclad hands like grab you and heave you to your feet. And then you hear him just say, "Stay there!"
Yeah, I'm saying
And you see the lifeless body of Thelonious Conch suddenly flop over, and the floating vial just suddenly go whoop, 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 and just the whole bottle just goes straight down his throat.
Not to waste. No. Now he's gonna be drunk. Yeah, that's
Slurp it up. Mm.
All right, but you are healed 27 points of damage.
Nice.
DC 15 Constitution save.
Oh, another
Come
con
on.
save. Cool.
That's it. That's
Con
it.
saves and
This is
wizards, they
a-
always
We don't
go
need
well.
drunk.
Yep, you are shit-faced.
Oh.
So the Holy Winter Brew, it did heal you for 27, but you are considered heavily inebriated. Which basically means you get disadvantage on just about everything that makes any sense to get disadvantage on it. But you are alive, which is a good thing.
yay.
Okay, so you can see Emlyn is basically standing up with his hands tied behind his back. Tulgar is basically laying on the floor with a sword to his throat. And obviously you're aware that something with a foul-smelling breath is kind of hovering over you. And he says, "Apparently there is a bounty on your head. So your friend says. So we'll be taking you along as well. Do us a favor now. Put your hands behind your back, Mr. Wizard."
Good show. I'm probably just gonna. So I'm lying on my back, or am I on my stomach at this point?
You're on your stomach, yeah.
Okay. I'd probably just like, why did you attack me? You said I was free if I wanted to go. I didn't do anything. I was just an innocent bystander standing there. Why would you do
You
that?
got involved. I warned
You made me get involved. I just was standing there innocently.
Suddenly you feel your robe kind of like get pulled up as you're lifted from your frail form on your feet and then thrust in a direction to slam into Emlyn, basically.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm not resisting anything at this point. I'm just in bad blabbing. This,
All right.
Oh.
A few after about 5 or 6 seconds, you kind of see a shimmer, and you see this huge, big, ironclad, scar-faced asshole standing there with a big, toothy grin on his face. He says, "Do us a favor now, boys. Climb in the back of the wagon. Oh, but hold on just a second. As he reaches down and you see him yank another strand of rope. Hold still, wizard. As he roughly grabs your arms and pulls them behind and starts to bond your hands behind your back. And after that, he's going to pretty much escort you towards the back of the wagon. Okay, Tolgar, at this point, your half-orc is on, get up! And like gives you another dig in the ribs with her heavy boot. Go and get in the back.
Stand up. Fine.
Alrighty. But as you start kind of going over there, Midgard's like, not so fast. We need something special for this one. And you see him go over to the side of the cart, and he kind of like undoes a huge padlock and lifts up like a side panel. And you see him start pulling out chains with huge big iron manacles attached to them.
I was hoping it would just be a nice hat.
Is Thelonious and Emlyn following Midgard to the carriage?
In theory, yeah. He would have like pushed you in that direction.
All right.
Like manhandled you over there. Okay, so basically he takes these things and he clamps two of the huge irons around Tolgar's ankles, and then he pulls them up and he clamps two of them behind his back and like ties his hands together, and then you see him shorten the chain until Tolgar basically can barely stand straight. And he's like pulling it really, really tight. And he's like, it'll hurt less if you get on your knees.
I'll take the pain.
Okay. At that point, then he just basically slams his heavy boot into the back of your knee to kind of like force you down there. If you can either, if you want to resist it, you can.
No, I probably would
Okay.
not.
So he pulls it as tight as he can and then shanks it off. And then the half-orc comes over, and between him and the half-orc, they literally grab Tolgar and lift him up and bundle him into the back of the huge, big wagon. Once Tolgar's in there, he looks at you two slightly frailer individuals and says, hop in now, boys.
All right.
Yeah. Splash water on his face. He's drunk, you know. Do you want him?
Stumbling towards it.
Oh,
all right.
worry.
Don't touch me.
He'll sober up soon enough.
Get your hands off of me.
No coffee. No coffee. No scones.
Scones.
Scone. Oh, yes. I'll take one, please. Thank you. And I'll just kind of like keep
Get
hitting
in.
to the side.
All right, I'll get him. You son of a bitch.
All right. Okay.
I'll sit next to Tolgar and put my head in his lap. You know, no.
All right. The chick with the armbands and the robe, she's getting in the back with you guys. Okay, so she kind of gets in there and she's sitting there with a scowl on her face. And she's kind of breathing heavily. And she's like, I'm here to make sure that none of you try anything you shouldn't try.
Nice hits.
And with that, the other two clamber up onto the top after shutting and locking up the wagon. Okay. He kind of like, you can kind of, from where you are, the shape of the wagon, there's like a little round circular hole that's up at the top of the raised point to where you can see a face peering down at you. It's a shame the redhead got away, but I'm sure my friend will catch her soon enough. You'll be reunited soon, don't you worry. With that, you basically hear, where to? Oh, let's head to the outskirts of town. We don't want to raise too many questions with the town guard, do we? And with that, you hear, and the heavy iron coach begins to crash across the ground and head in a westerly direction. After a little while, you kind of hear somebody running and, slow down, slow down. And what you guess is the other individual. He says, She made it into the church. They are offering her sanctuary. Never mind. She's worthless anyway. Let it be her lucky day.
I'm totally worthless.
All right. Okay, and we have a straw poll. Shaggott's Light of Protection counts for inspiration. Let's have a look. What are we? I think we're going to get that one passed by the looks of it. All right, Shaggott. Yes, you have gained inspiration point. Quick thinking. Well done.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right. Okay. So where are we at? Okay, so Kyla, we're going to spend a little bit of time with you because the rest of them are trussed up in the back of that asshole's coach.
Which leaves heavy tracks, by the way.
Oh, absolutely. It'll be no problem for you to find this thing. Yeah, I mean, this thing doesn't travel well on grass if it's raining at all, so it's definitely a hard road sort of thing. The only reason, I mean, because the ground is hard, at this point it's usable, but you could follow this thing just about anywhere. Let's go to here, okay. Alright, Kyla, so we're going to run back down to the Church of Wenta for a little bit.
Okay.
Okay, so after a little while, the door opens, and one of the priests kind of pokes his head in and says, he's gone.
Oh, thank goodness. He didn't pay you to say that you... Oh, no, you're good people. And I'm going to go ahead and walk out.
Yes, he did. We screwed you. Ha ha! Okay.
I can take it.
All right. Okay, so with that... the priestess kind of looks at you, Priestess Aldracy. She says, "What is happening today? This morning, as you know, we awoke and Wenta did not answer any of our prayers, and now it seems that villainy and vile people are frequenting this humble hamlet. Pray tell, who was that fellow that was trying so desperately to apprehend you? Surely there's no truth to his claim?"
It seems that a member of his party had a grudge with a member of my party, decided to start a scrap, and overpowered us. Oh, God. I'm going to actually, run up to the stained glass window and not be able to see out of it and try and be looking out of it.
Okay, yeah, well, initially, at this point, in the time frame, you probably can't see much because of, there's the graveyard of the trees, and they're all way beyond that from there. But that doesn't mean you might not see a huge cart begin to trundle off into the distance in a little while. Okay, she's like, "He seemed like a vile man, and you have all been so very helpful for us. I trust that, well, no, perhaps we should go and fetch, Sergeant Renauld for you. It would be best if you stay inside. That vile man might be outside waiting for you."
Hey. I'm gonna actually lean up against the wall and just kind of slink down, and then I'm going to gesture to the man in the gray sash just in front of me.
Okay.
I can't tell them apart. They all look the same. Gore. Monks all look the same.
Yeah, that's Brother Ernold.
Okay. I'm going to be like, "Can you pass me a skunk bear?"
He says, "Are you sure? It's quite disgusting.
I don't have a
The majesty of the deliciousness, is all but gone, and it has a foul, horrible flavor and disgusting aroma, as
That's
does
okay.
all the beverages that we seem to have here that we've brewed."
I think it pairs well with my emotions. Go
If you wish, right, he pours you a mug and hands it to you, pulling away from it, almost disgustedly, because it is just so horrible and foul.
Thank you. She hasn't left to actually go get the sergeant, has she?
No, not yet. No. They were asking if you wanted them to. They're not going to do it if you don't want them to.
That's okay. This bunch straddles the law like some kind of sick pony.
Well, if you'd rather just stay here in safety, are you hurt at all?
No, but I'm fearing the worst for my friends right now.
We could attempt to assist if you wish. We could, perhaps Brother Godwin and Edmund and Ernald and Father Swain and Father Oswald. Perhaps they could come to assist your friends. We have little to no prayers to offer, unfortunately, as they were not answered for us this morning. But we have shields and cudgels that we can fetch.
But they'd see you, and then they'd kill my friends.
Oh, I see. Well, we are at your disposal if there's anything we can do.
I hadn't mind a hug.
Oh, of course, my dear girl, of course. She comes up. There. Oh, that's it. Let Priestess Emmeline Aldersea comfort you. It's the least we can do after all the things you have done for our assistance.
Right. Okay.
There is a back door, you know.
There's a back. Where is it?
Oh, and she just points across the room. Down there, through the back of the cloister.
I'm just gonna run.
You could always sneak out the back door. Okay.
I've had my emotional recharge. I am gone. Okay.
Okay. Yeah. So you're at the back of the church. Which direction you wish to go is up to you.
I'll probably just go through the because I know I can hide kind of among graves and kind of approach that way in case there's anyone out there.
Okay, so you're going to kind of
go out that way
usher your way round and slink into the graveyard.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Okay. So here we are in Horrendon on the Mere, and we'll use this to mark you. So yeah, you'll come up round the side of the grave and slink into the graveyard. By the time you kind of get to this part here, you can see the heavy iron coach is kind of moving in this direction. Like it's actually going to run parallel with the church because it doesn't want to go up by the main road.
So I'd kind of be tailing, but like as inconspicuously as I can.
All right. Well, I mean, you can definitely from there to here. You've got tons and tons of cover with the graveyard. By the time they're on the other sides of these trees, you can easily kind of cross and get behind the trees. So up until that point, until they get to the open plain, you're easily concealed. Eventually, you can see the slow-moving wagon begins to turn and start to head northwestwards at a cut-across angle. So it looks like they're heading towards the road that would lead to Bamforth.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna try and just like tail them without being discovered. So like wherever.
Well, the good news is this thing is easy to keep up with because as heavy as it is, and the two horses, they're in no. It can go quicker, but those horses can't sustain a long distance pulling this thing, so they're not galloping to get away from here unless they felt they need to. Okay, so you just want to kind of tail it. Do you have... let's see, we're not going to make a ton of rolls for this, but go ahead and give me a stealth check.
Alright. Hopefully I don't totally fail this, because that'll ruin everything for me.
You'd have to fail pretty bad.
I did fail pretty bad.
Well, not really. It's still a 9.
Okay.
Okay.
Ooh. That was really close.
Yeah. No, I mean it's really just a case of how close you can get without. Because I mean, first of all, most of them are up on the front of the cart, and it has a raised back, so it's not like they can see behind them anyway. The only thing you've really got to worry about is periodically, maybe that female caster might just lean and peer through the back bars to see what's going on, but there's really not much of a reason to. So you're realizing that you have to stay a fair bit back in order to not kind of be seen or conspicuous, so you can't get particularly close to it. But with a 9, they're not exactly looking for you, so you'll be fine. Okay. Meanwhile, those of you in the back of the cart, as you trundle along, the girl with the armbands, and she says, you kind of notice she's starting to peel some of them strands off for about yay long, and then she rips them, and then she lays one across her knee.
So, as I look at Thelonious and Tolgar, I'm going to look at her, finally, and say, where's your little friend?
She says, oh, our little gnome? Unfortunately,
What's his name again?
Torville met with a nasty accident. It was axe-shaped.
And he's not here?
There was little but nothing left to scrape up.
So, you guys are just fodder to Midgard. Good to
No,
know.
not at all. But,
Well, not treated with any...
dead is dead.
Okay.
I have no powers to bring him back alive. It's not anything I can do. And we all knew the risks. The risks are extreme in this line of work, but the rewards, the rewards are plentiful. Now,
Couldn't you get the same guy who brought that wolf boy back to bring back your friend?
I don't know anything about that, I'm afraid. With that, she's begins to unravel a strand on the second hand and measures it out and rips that one off and lays it across her leg.
So, we're going back to Gorthan or Iridian?
I believe we're going to Iridian first. And then you notice as she kind of like pushes with her foot, basically there's a body laying back here with you, pushed underneath a bench that's kind of completely bound up in like Hessian sacking and rope and twine. And it's beginning to smell a little. He says, that's another one that we caught. We got him. Yes, Midgard got him last night.
No, the what's his name? Thelonious Tolgar, the Carcinogens?
Carcinogen?
Alcio?
Oh, is that his name? Valsio? I don't know. I mean, it was
Yes,
he was the
Valsio.
one.
Oh, yes. Last count, there was 3,200 gold pieces on his head at Iridian. Oh, yes, a very, very bad man he was. Unfortunately, the 3,200 was for alive, but I'm sure he's still worth a pretty penny dead. Now, take a deep breath, you two. And she kind of like nudges towards
What?
Emlyn and
Why?
Thelonious as she pulls the pieces of cloth off of her boot. Off of her thigh. She goes, because I'm fixing to gag you.
I wouldn't like that.
Oh, I'm not going to gag you. There's no reason to. But
You don't like. So, just so you know, I will be torturing you this entire trip to wherever we're going.
And if you try that, I'll render you unconscious, and then I won't have to worry about it. Now, do me a favor. Open wide. And she grabs the piece of cloth.
I open my mouth.
Okay, basically, yeah. She just like pulls it nice and tight into your mouth and then ties it behind the back of your head. She says, "Yes, it doesn't do well to have people like you having the ability to speak. Other than the fact that you're clearly very annoying, it's quite probable that you'll try to cast spells and things, and we wouldn't want that, now would we?"
In her mind, the words are going to form, "No, you would not." The thought. I'm going to use my awakened mind.
Okay, well, yeah, you don't have to be able to do anything for that to work. Okay, she kind of squints, and then she just walks over to you and goes, and slaps you across the face really hard with her open hand. And she says, "For every thought that comes into my head unprovoked, there's one of those for you. And you, old fellow.
Okay.
Could you open your mouth, please? Because I'd like to go ahead and do the same for you."
Fuck it. I'm going to say, well, I am feeling very thick, and I think you shouldn't do that, because if I vomit out of my stomach, I could choke to death, and you might get less money.
Oh, okay. Well, I could render you unconscious instead, if that's what you would prefer.
I'm going to use suggestion, because that's only verbal.
Actually, it's material as well, but I think.
So yeah, because how would we go about that? Because material's never been in play before, so I wanted to see what your ruling on that would be.
Well, material components basically are you have a spell pouch, and it's assumed that you grab those materials and whatever when you're casting the spell.
Okay, that was my suggestion.
That being said, let's see. So at this point, I mean, your spell pouch is probably like on your belt, because it's obviously somewhere that you could easily get hold of it. So role play it out. I mean, if you can, what is the material component on this thing?
I don't think it says.
It should.
At least I don't have it on here. See if I can find it.
Let's see.
It's a snake's tongue.
A snake's
and
tongue.
either a bit of honeycomb and a drop of sweet oil.
Right.
Okay.
So yeah, I mean, you have them.
Pull a snake.
Right. You have them in your pouch. So let's just say that you would need to figure out how to get them out of there. So I'm not saying you can't do it, but you're gonna have to get them out of there first. So you're gonna have to get creative.
Okay, where is it on my person?
Well, logically, I mean, we haven't decided. We've not specifically said, right? But obviously, it's got to be somewhere that you can just stuff your hand in and grab it and utilize it, right? Because how it works, it's like a spell focus that you use for all of those things.
Yeah.
So, let me see here.
My other question is she the only person in the back there with us?
Yes, she is.
And can anybody else see inside?
There's a little round hole at the top that periodically they can peer through and look, yes. Man. Let's see. So you have a arcane. Basically, you have an arcane focus. So instead of the actual components for this, you've got an individual arcane focus. So you would just need to get your hands on it.
Okay. Well, that's what I'm asking. Like,
the biggest problem would be if it had somatics, because obviously you can't do squat with your hands or arms. But if somehow you could get your hands around the front to get a hold of it, so you yourself probably can't reach it.
Okay.
So she's just gagging Emlyn right now, and then afterwards she's looking at you holding up the piece of cloth. And she's like, well, if you'd rather I knock you unconscious, instead of wearing this, I can't leave you running your big yap.
Okay. Are you a religious person by any chance?
Oh, absolutely not.
Do you sympathize with a poor old man who is? As these are probably maybe the last few moments of my life.
Do we seem the sympathetic sort?
No,
Honestly, you're very lucky to be alive. We were under strict instructions to kill you and that redhead if you got involved, no matter what, just to ensure that the message was sent that bystanders would do well to stay out of our way.
Yes. But again, I did not have much of a choice in the matter.
Oh, but you did. You could have quite have easily walked away when Midgard offered you the opportunity to do so.
I acted in self-defense. I forgot I'm drunk. I need to be more drunk.
I need to be more drunk.
Self-defense. If you could, yeah, because I forgot I was. If you could, please help me with something. In my pouch here, I have a keepsake of one of my old pets that I keep with me, and it does bring me some sort of comfort. I might be more quiet and cooperable if I just maybe held it in my hand for just a moment. It does bring me a bit of peace. I implore you, please. I beg of you, actually, please.
Okay, give me a persuasion check. If she was a wizard, I would basically say there is no chance she's falling for this, but she's not, so...
I thought she was, okay.
No, she's a sorceress.
She
She doesn't need such things. Her spells come naturally to her. 17! Okay. She looks at you and she says, I'll tell you what. If I let you hold it, will you promise to shut up and let me wrap this thing around your mouth?
I'm not going to respond because I'm pretending like I'm getting sick to my stomach from being drunk. Please, if I could just hold it for just a moment. Why did he pour so much of that brew in my stomach? I can't think straight.
I'm just shaking my head at this whole thing right now, I think.
You're just gonna hear me go.
One second. There you go. I just shut message. That's everything you would have found there, dude. Okay. Yes, meanwhile, realizing how slow this thing is going and in the direction it's going, Kyla has run back and looted the gnome.
Yeah, perfect.
Just so chat knows what's going on. To where
And then obviously running back.
she acquired a hand crossbow, 14 bolts, 4 vials of some strange liquid, 186 gold, 5 platinum pieces, 2 daggers, and a set of queer-looking goggles. So that's just for chat to know what's going on, seeing as we're taking care of that. Okay. Alright, so yes, Snugs. Yeah, she's like, so if I let you hold it, will you agree to let me gag you so you can shut up? It's either that or I'll have to render you unconscious for the journey.
Yes, that's fine. That's fine. Please, please. I just need to hold it in my hand for a moment.
All right. Okay. So what she does basically is she fumbles around and pulls it out of your pouch, and then she puts one end of the rag, like offers it to you for you to put it between your teeth. Just hold this.
Sure.
Okay. And then she goes ahead and reaches behind you and puts it in your hand. She's there. Now then. And then with that, she immediately begins to move into position to start grabbing hold of the cloth to wrap it around you. So what are you going to do?
So now I'm going to cast Suggestion.
Okay.
And say, because it needs to be something, because I think what you told me before is it needs to be something that she would do, right? I can't just be like, stab yourself in the throat, right?
Yeah, basically they get to make a saving throw. But how it works with suggestion, it's you can suggest a course or activity, which is limited to a couple of sentences, so it can't be too complicated. basically, the suggestion must be worded in such a manner as to make the course of action sound reasonable to them. So, if you ask them to do something completely unreasonable, such as stab yourself in the face, they're not going to do it. But as long as you can make it seem reasonable, then they potentially can do that.
Okay, so I'm going to cast Suggestion when I finally have it in my hand. I'm going to say, don't you think having our hands bound at this moment is a little... I mean, look, we're trapped in this iron of a cage. There's no escape. You are obviously so much more powerful than we are. Can't you just loosen the restraints? It's starting to hurt my wrist, and I'm sure my friends are just as uncomfortable. We're not going anywhere. There's nowhere to go. We've accepted our fates. All of us have, I'm sure.
Okay, I would say you can possibly use that in the extent of she might buy it on your behalf.
Okay.
So, because you are old, you are decrepit.
Yeah.
So she has a wisdom saving throw, and she is going to get a 15 or higher.
So much effort for this.
All right. This is where I wish you had inspiration, because...
Yeah, me too. Trust me.
Oh, I hate these dice rolls, because I so want her to fail. Which he does! Okay, excellent. Okay, all right, so she looks at you and she says, well, I could very easily overpower such a frail man, and you are worth considerably more alive if you die on the journey back, because you are so clearly close to death already. Yes, let's see. How much were you worth exactly? What was the bounty on your head?
Bounty? What? I'm still now feigning a little more drunk than I was before. A lot, probably more than you've ever seen in your whole life.
So more than a few thousand?
More than a few thousand.
Oh, you must have been a very, very bad man.
I was a terrible man. I regret all of it.
But so after it was claimed, it would be more if it was split 5 ways or 4 ways now, conveniently. I would still receive at least 1,000 or so.
Yes, you'll be rich beyond your wildest of dreams.
Fine, we can't have you die. And so she does. She kind of like almost reluctantly loosens your hands behind your back. And then she kind of looks at you and she says, but we must gag you, though.
Oh, yeah, of course, I understand.
Okay, right, so with that, she finishes tying the thing. She goes, do me a favor. Just sit very still, but keep your hands behind your back. If Marcus looks through and sees your hands are loose, he could get very upset with me.
Good thinking. Wouldn't want you to get in trouble now.
No, strangely enough, this seems to go against all things that I would deem to be common sense, but for some reason I feel I can trust you. Okay, so yeah, you're unbound.
He's gagged.
Okay. And then she ties the gag around his...
What?
I was just wondering what your snake's name was. I didn't know him.
It's Merchant.
It's Merchant.
2 horses each.
Through that circle grate, can I see the half-orc?
Like looking up through the little hole?
Yeah.
Periodically you probably can see like a shoulder or an elbow move across the hole to where you can see it.
Okay, because I'm going to try to like lean in a direction so I can see kind of consistently the half-orc.
Okay.
And I'm going to be using my awakened mind whenever I could. And basically I'm going to be saying, the sorceress let the gnome die. And I'm going to say, I think you saw the sorceress let the gnome fall to the barbarian. and just try to like dig that guilt trip in to the half-orc's little mind. Skull.
Okay, all right.
It's just going to be like a constant little nagging reminder as often as I can do it.
Gotta build up some unpent animosity.
Like,
fair enough.
The sorceress held her action when the gnome was being charged by that barbarian. I saw it when I was fleeing. I'm going to try to make it sound like it's the half-orc's thoughts.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing basically
All
for
right.
this entire time as I'm bound and gagged.
Okie dokie. Now, okay, so you're doing that. Is any of you guys in the back wanting to try to do anything else in the short term?
No, not me.
Okay. All right. Well, it begins to get dark. And by now you have made it to the road. So you can actually feel you can feel the change in texture underneath the runners on the car, and you can kind of hear a more gravelly kind of sound underneath their grinding wheels, so you know now that you're on the road. Once it begins to get to where it gets pretty dark, you feel the thing pull off to the roadside, and you start hearing people clamber off the front of the cart. Your suggestion lasts 8 hours, so at this point she kind of just looks at all of you and she says, "Right, I'm going to stretch my legs." And she climbs out the back when they come and open the back and let her out. Midgard kind of looks in and scowls at everybody, and he says, "I trust you're having a pleasant journey."
Oh.
No.
Yeah, I can't speak. I'm bound. That's right. I was gonna say my wrists really hurt from these tight bounds, but I can't.
Phew, my wrists hurt. Okay. And with that, he kind of like, you see him go round to the side of the cart, and he comes out, and he basically he hurls like 3 or 4 apples and 2 or 3 tomatoes in the back, and he goes,
This isn't enough.
"There's your supper," and then he slams the door closed, and you hear him bolt it back up. Like.
Can
How
we
are you
move
supposed to
from
eat
our
it?
bench? Like, oh, well, we're gagged, right? So
I mean, you're gagged and your hands are tied behind your back, but other than that, yeah, you're able to. You can wiggle around, but it's kind of hard to eat anything at this point. Tolgar could probably roll over on the side and get hold of an apple or a tomato or something.
So I'm going to use my Awakened Mind feature on both these two in turn.
Okay.
And basically let them know it's me, so they're not like freaked out. I'm gonna say, "I'm sorry, but I think we can escape this if we bide our time, rest up." I'm turning, and I'm turning the orc against the sorceress. So,
okay. Because I haven't stipulated it, I feel it's only common sense that I would. Obviously, they have removed weapons and stuff from you. Tolgar didn't have his axe in the first place, but like rods, stabs, daggers, anything visible, they would have taken off of you. And nobody stupid enough to leave you with your weapons in the back. So
and the books, the spell books that Thelonious has, and
well, all your bags and stuff, they've been taken off. I mean, obviously they're somewhere on the cart. But yeah, again, you're not going to be loaded down with all your gear.
Okay.
So okay. So all right. So Kyla, from your skulking position in the field,
Yep.
Yep, that makes perfect sense. You can kind of see that they have pulled the cart off, and they're actually like setting up a little side camp. They've got one of the sides of the wagon is now kind of opened up, and like there's a rod that's propping it up, almost like a little open side panel. And you can see that they're pulling out provisions from there and setting up a little camp and stuff like that, and getting themselves comfortable. At this point, the half-orc is kind of sitting with her back to the door.
Okay.
So, and the others are just kind of mulling around the campfire.
We're still several days out from a town, I think, right?
Well, if
At their
they're
travel
going to the city of Iridian, here's the Arconis map. You guys right here are not quite to the hills of Bamforth. So, if they go by road, you're a few weeks away from Iridian. The closest town, if they're going in this direction, would be probably another full day to get to Bamforth, if they go to Bamforth. If not, they're probably a week away from Rockhelm, at least. So any which way you look at it, there's not much civilization that you guys are going to be going to for a while.
Mm-hmm. That's fun. Yeah, no, I would be trying to discreetly camp and wait.
Okay.
Basically, I'm just watching overnight to continue tomorrow to follow them because I know
Biding
at
your
least
time.
one of them was nearly dead and needs a little bit of rest.
All right.
And if I'm breaking them out, I don't want them to already be dead.
Gotcha. Okay, do any of you guys want to try anything tonight? Or are y'all going to wait it out?
So I have a question maybe you can answer, because that will really depend on it. And I feel like I would know this as a wizard, which is why I'm asking, because I don't know. After my spell wears off for suggestion, is she going to be like, I untied his hands, I need to tie them? Like, is she going to realize what she did? You know what I mean?
Basically, it'll work. It won't be so much that she'll suddenly realize, oh my god, I was under a spell. It'll more likely be, that really was stupid of me. I probably need to tie his hands.
Okay, that was what I thought. So then inside the cart right now, there's no one?
Only you guys. Yep, you're basically just locked in. So you guys know that the half-orc is basically sitting down directly outside the door. The door locks from the outside. Mm-hmm. But inside the cart right now, no, it is just the three of you and the dead Falcio underneath the seat.
Okay. Then I am going to kind of snap to attention and look at the other two.
You're probably pretty much sobered up by now anyway, as well.
Yeah. If I whispered, would they be able to hear me outside, since this is like an iron cage, essentially?
Depends how... I mean, if you're very, very quiet, and I mean, of course, you're in a very closed... as long as it's a very low whisper, you're probably okay.
Okay, so I'm going to take my little gag off and lean into the other two and be like, do you think I should start to break you? I'm going to talk louder so you can hear me, but I'm talking as quietly as possible, yeah. Do you want me to untie you so that you can have your hands free, and we can try to break out of here? Because soon enough she's going to realize that she did not tie my hands, and she's going to realize she needs to. So we need to act quick. What do you think?
All right. Yeah.
All right. So I'm going to very quietly cast Mage Hand.
Okay.
My cantrip Mage Hand. And just to be quick, why did it not come up? Sorry. Let me try that again.
Make sure the little
There you
description
go.
box.
Yep, I got it. Just so I can start untying both of them at the same time.
Right, now, Emlyn is easy to untie. Tolgar will be a bit of a problem because he's actually in shackled manacles that require a key.
Oh, I see.
Shackles.
Yeah.
I see. Okay.
There's like
Mage hand the key.
big, heavy, big, heavy chains and big iron manacles around his ankles.
Did we see where they put the key? Is it on someone's neck?
Well, Midgard was the one that locked you in it, so he probably has the key somewhere.
Don't like
As
that.
luck would have it, it's hanging on a little hook right above the door.
Right there. He's in shackles. Emlyn,
Little
do you
sign
have
that says,
anything?
the key goes here.
Do you have anything to help break Tolgar out of these shackles?
Look at him. He's nearly dead, and I'm in no better state. I might need a little time to think of something.
At this point, I would say you guys have definitely had the benefits of a short rest anyway.
Okay.
Maybe not a long rest yet, but
The
so you would have
problem-
all gotten your short rest worth of hit points back.
The problem, Thelonious, is if we escape from here, we don't have any of our things.
Well, we could keep buying our time. She only thinks that my hands are not bound. So she could tie mine back up and you'd still be free.
Okay, so that's Just play it by ear, day to day. You know.
Just keep the snake tongue in your hand to cast it again.
Yes. Yes, I'll hide it in a place she won't want to look.
Somewhere that when your hands are behind your back, it's easily accessible.
Yes. I have spent a few times in the pen myself. I've done a few tricks up my sleeve.
Oh no!
Hey,
I kept this snake tongue.
one of you has I believe one of you has a ring that's got a funny, strange smell associated with it.
Yeah, Kyle is still a little treasure hoarder over there.
Yep.
A little bit.
All right, that's a good idea. Okay, so we just wait then? We don't want to do anything else?
Just bide our time for the night, right?
We need
Token?
Kyla.
Well, if she's even going to come back. Last I thought, she was running away.
If she doesn't help, we'll kill her.
Fucking
All right,
Togar.
sounds good. All right, so I am going to take the snake tongue and just kind of put it under my armpit and just kind of hold it, just so I can have it.
Under your big floppy robe.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna put the gag back, but obviously a little looser, and then have my arm behind me, like because I'm still tied, even though I'm technically not, right? So
you're basically, what are you doing? Are you just leaving your bonds around your wrist, but very loose, so you can slip out of them at any point?
I'm gonna have them have like the point that's not attached or tied in my hand, and I'm actually gonna twist it to tighten it so it looks like it's
okay. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But the rope is still physically there. It's just that
the rope is still there.
Yeah,
and
okay.
Before I do this, I'm gonna say no one eat this supper because then they'll know we escaped. You know? Just gonna have to starve.
Yes, I'm not hungry anyway.
As you see Togar like spitting out half an apple. Well, Togar could. He's not gagged, so
I say that to Thelonious more than to Togar.
Yeah. All right. So I'll
must starve,
put
old
the gag
man.
back on.
Okay.
And just have my hands out in front, like I'm not trying to hide anything.
Alrighty. Well, in that case, we're going to go ahead and leave it there because I think this is appropriate because that actually gives the players the evening. In game terms, they've got a night to come up with a game plan amongst themselves. So I think that will allow our players between now and Thursday night's episode or Monday night's episode to actually come up with a game plan. So that will be, I think this is one of those times where that will actually be very realistic and work well. So we are going to leave it there for tonight. Yes, so our heroes captured and bound, or not bound anymore for some of them, and imprisoned by the vile Marcus Midgard. We will see how they fare on Monday night's show. Hi there, I'm Gorbad. Welcome to the Orc's Nest. I'm the Dungeon Master here on How We Roll, and if you'd like to follow me personally, you can do so on Twitter @Gorbad. Check out thedmblog.com for all things Dungeon Master and Dungeons & Dragons related. And of course, you can follow me on twitch.tv/Gorbad. Also, guys, don't forget to keep up with all things How We Roll. Follow us on Twitter @HowWeRoll. Check out the website, www.howweroll.com. And make sure you follow us on YouTube as well. Cheers, guys.
Hi, I'm the Satchmo. I speak for the trees. Thank you for watching How We Roll. If you want to see some more of me, you can follow me on Twitch and Twitter @Satchmo. If not, I guess I'll just see you next episode. I love you. Take care.
What's up, you guys? It's the Snuggler here, and I am back for my second How We Roll campaign. I've been given some guidelines. One is to not name the character that I'm playing. Of course, probably gonna kill my character at some point. And two is to keep this as short as possible. Jane is just so lazy. So with that being said, so happy to be on my second campaign for How We Roll. And if you want to follow me on Twitter, you can do so @MaddieSweetTweet. That's pretty much all I use. So check you there. If not, I'm always here playing for you guys.
Shagget here. I play a character on How We Roll. I'm not going to tell you who I play because if they die, I'm going to have to redo it. I've already done it once, never again. Follow me on Twitter @Aneb_Convos. and I'll see you guys on How Reroll.
Hi, Jane here. You may have seen me in such films as Rise of the Fallen or Lyra vs. Legend. Thanks for watching! You can follow me on Twitter at Jane on Twitch.
That's with a 0, not an O.
Anyway, I gotta go. The cats. Peace, suckers!